Good evening, people. It's Monday night. It's 8 o'clock, and it's the four horsemen of the Toon. And Barry is back after his last week's illness. He is back with us tonight. John's with us in a very, very bright top, as usual. Likes to be seen. And Peter's in his crazy, mad Guns N' Roses top, looking like he's going to go wrestling.
I need it for this weather because, my God.
Bushwhackers.
Bushwhackers. Yes, the bushwhackers. It is a little bit warm.
Fucking boiling.
Yeah, just a bit. I know that intro was last week's thumbnail, and I do apologise for that. I've literally just come back from the beach about half an hour ago, so had to sort of get everything set up rather quickly.
All the excuses coming out.
Well, yeah, I mean it is an excuse, but it's a true one. I've been in the sea with a little lad, which was nice. Well, one thing we need to start on, guys, and I think you know what that is going to be, the announcement this afternoon that arbitration has been put back yet again, and it's going to be now early 2022, which basically, I mean, I know we've got the cat case and things like that still going to happen. However, the arbitration was to separate KSA and PIF, and without that separation, without the confirmation of separation, it's going to be very hard to put anything through. This is going to be a very, very long, hard season, Pete.
Certainly is. It really, really is. A few weeks left until it kicks off. We've got no new signings through the door.
Yeah.
We've only managed to get 3 players out away. One of them I'm particularly disappointed in that we've let him go. And we're going to be looking forward to Brucey Ball again. Happy days.
That's that friendly yesterday. I mean, John, I know you did a watch along with it. I watched it for a little while. Of course he did, yeah. I watched it for like 20 minutes and then I went to cut the grass because I was bored. I have to say, I know it's pre-season, but it was same old. It was terrible to watch. And we end up losing to a team who were in the northern side of the conference, which is just bizarre. And the team we put out yesterday should not have lost to York City. I don't care if it's the first pre-season game. You know, the players we had on that pitch, John, were good enough to win that game. And, you know, it's same old.
Well said. Well, I looked at the team lineup. I thought we were going to be okay, sort of thing. What I want to see, right, when I'll go pre-season, everyone's going to come on and say, it's only pre-season, you need fitness, right? They didn't look fit, right? That's number one. Number two, you should use different formations in pre-season, like play a 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2, just changing things up, sort of thing. I want to see something new, right? Something new, you know, something different, right? Yeah. And this manager, right, and I've said it many a time, he has the worst and the stumblest manager I ever come across in my life. Honestly, right? I watched that game yesterday. Not one shot on target. Am I right? Not one shot on target, right? I was bored. I was so bored. I could have just gone on the garden, just had a cup of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, John, I don't know what you've been doing with Joe Linton during the summer, but it's not really hard, right? Baz, I mean, did you watch it?
No, mate, I was in bed.
Yeah, well,
very glad I was. I was not getting up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to watch that. No. But I will point out, and I have tweeted it, the last time we got beat to York City, Steve McLaren was in charge in a pre-season friendly. We got beat 2-1 and we got relegated. So football has a funny way of repeating itself, and if it does it again, bye-bye Premier League.
Yeah, it's going to be
a question as well, sort of thing. While you're at it, I mean, Bass as well, because you know. Do you think, I mean, Paul know anyway, do you think we're in a long, hard season? This is going to be a long season. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, it's not even a question, John. It's a fact. It's going to be a long, hard season, and we're going to be in the same position we were. I mean, like Peter said, we've let Lejeune go, which for me is an absolute travesty. Kel Watts looks a decent youngster coming through, and I was really, you know, the bit I did watch of the game, he looks good bringing the ball out. Very confident on the ball, which is something that I like to see. But, you know, we're talking about Steve Bruce here. And is Steve Bruce going to give him the opportunity? I highly doubt he is.
Probably not. go out on loan again won't surprise me.
Yeah, Shelby's injured again. Jogging on his own, whatever that means. It's just a shambles. It's just an absolute shambles right now.
The thing is, right now, is that the emphasis on the Willock deal is magnified by 1,000% now. If we don't get Willock in, we don't have that box-to-box midfielder. We're just going to see the same shite that we watched all the way until Willock signed. Yep. So we are in massive trouble.
And also, one of them, right? And make a quick pause before you go. I know you got quick. I'm getting a lot of stick on Twitter, right, for the past few days, right, being negative, people reacting, and this and that. I'll talk about it, and then I'll get DMs sort of apologising to us. What if I say to those people who haven't a go at us, right, and then sends DM, stop your apologies. I don't want your apologies. I'll say it how it is, yeah? If you don't like it, tough, yeah? And you even said to yourself, Paul, take no notice of the trolls. Say what you think, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
The thing is, I mean, if anybody, and I put a tweet out there this morning, if anybody's positive, let me know. And I got loads of replies to that tweet. Obviously, everybody, literally 99% of people just are so... There's nothing positive to look forward to at all at the minute as it stands. And now that the arbitration's been put back, it's even worse. And I can really only see a relegation battle this season. I just think the football, it started again yesterday. It was Bruce Ball again yesterday. It was awful. It was awful. Any of you
just be like AFTV. I mean, we're going to go above that the way our fans are going at the minute. I mean, you know what AFTV is like, sort of thing. They overreact, but we're going to be like that. We're going to be like them. I'm telling you.
Fair enough.
And then the other positive, the only positive that I can take from all of this is that both parties agreed to delay it. We need to remember that. Both of them said they're happy to delay it, and the cat case is still ongoing.
Yeah, but did you see Staveley's husband come out and tweet tonight?
Yeah,
say that there's only one party playing games here, so it's very, very, it's all on the Premier League side. There's no doubt about that. Definitely. They're a bunch of corrupt bastards, is what they are.
The only question I want answering from the consortium now is are you staying at the table until this is you've finally got the answer of no or yes? Well, are they actually just going to walk away now? And until I hear that, I'm going to stay positive, but I know this next 6 months until the next transfer window is going to be shite, but we just never know what's going to happen in January. So.
I'm just flat. If I'm honest with you, as a fan, I'm flat right now. I'm flat.
Yeah,
because, this season, yes, I'm looking forward to getting back in the stadium if I can ever get my season ticket sorted out. But I'm looking forward to getting back to seeing everybody and having a drink and that before the game and chatting about it, doing vlogs. But the football on the pitch, and the only consolation we've got for this coming season is that the fans are going to be there to tell Steve Bruce every single game what they're thinking. The pressure on him is going to be enormous. Any of you renewed season tickets on planning season ticket to cheer on Bruce's Mighty Mags? Well, I am. Peter is.
Yeah, I will be.
John's obviously, wherever he is in the world. And Barry's obviously just shaking his head. So, Barry's got a lot of... Barry's got a little one on the way now, and obviously finances need to go towards the little and more than Newcastle United, which is...
Well, I still wouldn't have gone back until Mike Ashley's gone. I've made that stance, and I'm sticking with it.
Well, that's fair enough. A lot of people have.
10 years, I feel an empty stadium when Sky cameras are there says a big, massive fuck you to them.
Well, somebody put a tweet out earlier today saying that at least there'll be a full house giving Bruce stick. There won't be a full house there.
No, you'll be lucky 30,000, 40,000.
Yeah.
I think away games, if we get screwed on a Monday night like we do, no one should go. Just to say, well, if you're going to put us on a Monday night, we're not going to travel down there, and we're not going to give you the atmosphere that your Sky cameras crave for us to put a good performance on.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that
I've got a season ticket, right, and I live in Bristol, obviously, sort of thing. I mean, I love my club, and I want our lads to do well, but I only go to some games. It depends on work, lads. You know what I mean? And I was reacting tonight, sort of, and saying that I'm done if this ticket doesn't happen. Do you know what I mean? So I do apologise, listeners. I do apologise.
You just kind of shut the guy up tonight, can you? He's on his way. He's well and truly on his high horse tonight.
I'm a quiet guy, though.
I'm sure you are, John. Yeah.
But not when John Linton's round.
That's right. We all know about that, don't we, John boy?
Well.
Yay! There it is. Yeah. Listen, the fact that Sky didn't even cover the protest just said to me where their stance on it is, and they didn't want to upset the cartel. And it's easy to say that Sky are well and truly for the Big Six and the Big Six only. But that's the way we know it's like that, and that's the way it's going to be. It's
apparently they didn't know about the. Guys going down there on Friday.
Do you actually believe that, Baz?
No, I don't, because I've tweeted the Transparency Twitter handle and said, surely you were in touch with Sky, and they've not got back to us, and I'd like to know what is going on. But they covered it today, didn't they? Obviously far too late. But I want to know. I want them called out, because they said they didn't know about it, and I know for 100% there's got to be a chance that they did. Sorry, my partner's just decided to break my green screen.
No, at least you've got yours up, Baz.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched one of John's.
Come on, John.
John's streams the other day. He had his green screen up again, but it was just green. Honestly, that's the best bit of money you've ever spent, John. And by the way, a lot of people have been tweeting.
You could use that T-shirt, couldn't he?
He could actually, yes. A lot of people have been tweeting asking if your mum's going to make an appearance tonight, John. After last week.
She was in the subs today.
That was unbelievable. That was absolutely unbelievable. If so, do you plan on sitting, hopefully not near the dugout, because I couldn't face seeing you lot every week, says Steve Bruce. Tom goes on to say, the main hearing of the arbitration in the case between Newcastle and the Premier League has regrettably been adjourned. Disclosure of evidence. It's a load of bollocks. It's really... Lily and Rama. Now, I think this is actually Layla. Peter looks like Picasso.
Oh my.
John looks like Snoop Dogg. Okay. Chippers. John, does Joe Linton spit or swallow?
Oh God.
You can always just count on Chippers to bring it down.
Please tell me you've got the pictures to put up from Twitter that we sent you.
Yeah.
I was going to, Baz, but the pictures are of somebody else, and I don't really want to put her picture on. But I am coming to it, Baz. Don't you worry about that, because he needs hammering. So we will come on to that. But I didn't want to put her picture on, because that wouldn't be fair to her, really, would it? So, even though it was a good
publicity.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's had a lot of mental health problems, so she's getting her way back. Walked into Blythe Butchers, and Yakim Love was rubbing his meat. John, I went to the Dragon's Den with the ideas of Cumgate and Viagra Falls. They said they wanted to taste the minty feel of your cum before approving the Cumgate.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Chipper says apparently there is a new film being released called Eruption. Apparently it's about who comes first between John and Joe Linton. Chippers has obviously, he fired the gun tonight, hasn't he? Tonight at 10 p.m. on Channel 900, a Knobbly Bobbly special with Level 7 Dave. After today's outcome, surely ASM will leave. Bruce's comments yesterday after our defeat were embarrassing, saying we didn't deserve to lose. We were playing York, not Man City. I mean, Baz or Pete, those comments again, it was just like he was reading from his book of excuses from last year.
Exactly, it was, wasn't it?
It's all about fitness. Well, I'm sorry, but when you're playing a club in the Conference North,
it's all about fitness. Have you seen the state of him? I mean,
well, exactly, yeah. I mean,
what's going on?
Yeah, he's let himself go again, hasn't he? Absolutely horrific. It's just not right. It's just wrong in every single way. And this is what we've got to put up with again this season, is those kind of excuses. Ryan says, feel bad for you guys. I just can't understand somebody with a law degree has lack of info. For me, it's the Premier League with the lack of info. They want you to go down and do a Sunderland. I mean, they do want us out the league. It's, I mean, there's no question about that. They'd rather not have Newcastle United there. John, I heard the Ugandan 10th Division is on tonight. Are you doing a watch along?
12 o'clock in the morning, of course. I am Sam to join us.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Good evening, trolls. Hope you're well. Ashley and Bruce, we are going to lose. James Brown. not the Stinger. The only logical way that I can see this takeover going through is if Bruce relegates Newcastle this season, and then the takeover would become an EFL matter instead of a corrupt Premier League one.
We said that but last season, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't really want that to happen. I don't want to take the risk.
No. And would they actually buy the club if we did go down as well?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's a big question. And Ashley certainly wouldn't get the money he wants for it, so probably not. Masters and Hoffman, the bell ends of football. Yeah. Great to hear on my birthday. Happy birthday, Truls. Hope you're having a great time over there in, I think it's Norway, isn't it? Is it Denmark or Norway? I think it's Norway. Masters and Hoffman are monumental bellends. You should have hashtagged that, James. John, is it true Joe Linton sat in an egg and his arse swallowed it whole? Oh, dear God. It's very clear what the Premier League are doing. Stall, be difficult, delay, etc., etc. They're hoping Piff walk away. Expecting Piff to invest in this brand 2 years after they've agreed to is unrealistic now. That's what everybody's going to be worried about, is the fact that are they going to hang on and stick around? It's I don't know. I really don't. The Premier League are corrupt, says Keith. John, have you got your Union Jack bungee smugglers on tonight for the ladies?
No, not at all. Okay. Not at all.
Not at all. Ryan says we shocked the Peterborough board last week when they were told share the match feed with Roman Abramovich on his £500 million yacht. So God knows what he has planned. It's different world for these people. It really is. Sick to death of the takeover dragging on and on. The delay is complete bollocks. But can we actually work on signing some new players now and preparing for the season? Now, speaking of signings, of course, our manager again yesterday in his interview said that he blamed COVID again, and all this for saying that it's a quiet transfer window. Yet we've seen other Premier League teams making signings, and some very big signings at that, it has to be said. But according to Steve Bruce, it's slow. But Peter, we've got one or two things bubbling away.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place. And I mean, what's going on with the Willock deal now? We're bringing him back, or?
Well, apparently Everton are going in for him as well now.
Then I hear something else. Apparently that's now dead in the water. I mean, oh my God, the whole thing is just.
Yeah, the only thing that's bubbling away at Newcastle United is John's cum bubbles. It's not over, but will take even longer. This is like going on a marathon when it was meant to be a 100-meter dash. Lee, good evening. This takeover is an absolute joke. I dare to say if we'd been a southern club such as Fulham, Charlton, Orient, etc., this takeover would have went through a long time ago. I think any other club...
No, I don't think it would. I think the top six, it would have gone through, but anybody else?
Well,
the
top six,
after the top six, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the top six club now. That's all it is, Baz. The top six club, the 14 clubs doesn't exist anymore. They must have changed from the Premier League to the Big Six League. If they want to break away, let them have it. Because
we should break away. The 14 teams should break away and just say, look, there you are. There's your six. You have it.
Exactly.
You play 6 teams every season. You play each other 5 times or 10 times or 15 times and see how happy you are with that. Keith's just absolutely gobsmacked by it all. Chipper says, breaking news, a new world record announced. Joe Linton shoved the biggest cucumber up John's arse. It was seen from space. Wow. Charles says the APL are brown nose in the dark six, the feckers. The dark six. I do know Roman has borrowed one of his yachts to Mount Chilwell and Declan Rice on holiday. We may be getting Rice. Yeah, I noticed that. There was a video on Twitter earlier on today of Declan Rice's Instagram, I think, but it came onto Twitter they were playing basketball on his yacht. So that's very nice for them, I guess.
They don't need Declan Rice though. They've got Kante. Why would they need to sign him?
Yeah,
that would be a bad move for him. I think Declan Rice needs to carry on playing football and carry on getting the experience. Going to Chelsea, just like it does with a lot of players going to Man City, could ruin his career. He doesn't need to move yet. He needs another couple more seasons at West Ham.
I agree. Guys, I've lost some of the comments again. They've been thrown away by StreamYard, so I do apologise. If you do enjoy the show tonight, people, please do smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. Lots of stuff coming up on the channel, obviously, with the new season starting. And go and subscribe to the other 3 guys as well. But if you do subscribe to John's, don't hit the notification bell or you'll be notified every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And if you would like to donate to the channel, running costs, etc., you can hit the what's it called again? The
dollar sign.
That's the one, the dollar sign at the bottom of the live comments for a super chat, and you can donate to the channel that way if you so wish. So thanks in advance for that. We've got Dave in the house and saying happy birthday to Truls. Good evening to you as well. Andy's in the house. Ian, everyone, what an absolute kick in the ovum that is it. Just a bit, mate. Geordie says, had to happen the day after a diabolical 1-0 defeat to York in pre-season. Yeah, it's just kick us Newcastle fans when we're down, isn't it? There's just always something comes up and it always knocks you for 6, and that's just the way it is. Keith says, happy birthday.
Smells like the McLaren season, doesn't it, already?
Oh, yes.
There's a comment for Luke Edwards, by the way, right? I mean, he's basically, I don't know if you've seen it, but he's basically saying Telegraph Sports also understand that both sides have known for some time that hearing would be adjourned because of lack of evidence provided, which raises questions as to why Newcastle have failed to carry out any transfer business since the players returned to pre-season training a fortnight ago.
I don't care what Luke Edwards says. He's blocked me on Twitter anyway. He's a prick.
And I'll tell you what, well, if you do get a takeover, ever get a takeover, right, he should be banned from going to Newcastle. They should ban him straight away.
Well, there's a few people that should be banned. I see Simon Jordan's piped up as well. Did you see his tweet earlier on? Saying, talking about, Amanda Staveley and saying, you stick with her and take it to the promised land with laughing emojis and stuff. With a comment of the arbitration below being put off. What a prick he is.
Yep.
I got into a Twitter spat with him last week. I don't know whether you saw that. He replied to me, and I just got into an argument with him. And then again, I invited him onto the show, but he still hasn't taken up the offer. But he's happy to send me messages on Twitter, but he isn't happy to come on the show because he knows he'll get an arse kicking. Paul says NUFC to go down. Billy says Keith Pattinson seems happy. Cat is going to come first. Maybe so, but until nothing's going to happen until they can get separation. That's a main stumbling block, and that's what the Premier League have fought for so long now. So whether that happens or not, I don't know.
The only thing about the Cat case is that everything has to be in public, and the Premier League can't delay it, and they don't have a say in it. So if something comes up in the Cat case, the Premier League don't want to come out, there's a chance for a settlement, isn't there? So that's why everyone's pinning their hopes on the Cat case now. They're looking for positives after such a shit day. So
I guess we just have to see what happens, guys. But we're rock bottom as a fan base right now.
Oh yeah.
Chippers
is that a settlement for the compensation for Ashley, or is that a settlement for the takeover, Baz?
What, sorry?
Yeah, is that you just mentioned a settlement, right? Is that a settlement for the takeover or a settlement for Ashley?
That's what they'll put in with the settlement. It depends on Ashley, doesn't it? Because the Cat case is more for funds for Ashley, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Looking for compensation. However, they could put in the settlement and say, right, we'll give you this amount of money. Ashley could say, no, I want the takeover to be approved. You approve it, we'll settle out with court. So there'll be negotiations to go on with it. So let's just see what happens.
Thank you.
It's
not lose our heads. It's a shit time, but let's not lose our heads.
Fucking depressing is what it is. It's nothing more than just depressing. Chipper says, God, John, has Joe Linton come on them teeth? So bright. Well, they wouldn't be bright, would they? They'd be kind of a stain. Joshua says, make sure you turn your mix off if you're speaking to your mum. Says Joshua.
I've got it right here, my guy. Right.
Yeah. Julie says a very happy birthday, Trolls. Evening to Bede. Here, Paul, Bazza, PD, and John. And everybody's saying hello to each other. Billy says John's back in the Faulty Towers dining room. Wonder if he's ordered the Waldorf salad. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Yeah, you know what he's like, Billy. He gets himself about. Gary, absolutely disgusting. Yeah, it is. It is, but it's something we just have to live with, unfortunately. Connor says, evening, guys, and welcome back, Bazza. That game last night was an absolute joke. I reckon Sean Longstaff should have started instead of Ryan Fraser. Look, I understand him starting Fraser. We want to see him on the pitch. But he didn't do anything. None of them did.
That chance he had off the post, that was it.
Yes, yeah. Which he possibly should have actually scored that. That was in the first half, wasn't it? But I don't know. They just didn't look right. They looked all over the place. And considering they'd had a week of fitness training, I mean, my God. I mean, the fitness just looked terrible. Beats says, Paul, do you not think the cat case before arbitration will work out better and possibly lead to an out-of-court settlement? Hey, listen, fingers crossed, guys. That's all. We've said that. That's all we can think of. Gary says, I watched the match and it was horrendous. Joel says, cat case is the most important case according to Keith Pattinson, so might not be too bad. Again, we'll just have to wait. Chipper says 5 at the back against York. Fucking embarrassing.
Yeah,
I said it earlier on.
No.
He should.
Baz, don't you go sticking up for York City here.
No, I'm not going to stick up for York City. What I'm going to say is that our tactics will be 5 at the back for the whole season.
Well,
so
yeah, but it shouldn't be.
He's going to, yeah, but it will be because of the players we've got. You'll play Murphy as a right wing back. You'll play Richie as a left wing back. We saw it at the end of the season. It worked. He's going to stick with what works, so he's going to practice that in training and also in these friendly games.
But
he's
it only works because of a certain couple of
players.
It only works because of a certain couple of players, and you know as well as I do, teams find Steve Bruce out very, very easily. And if we're going to go 5 at the back again, we will be picked off so easy next season because we've got the same standard of players. And it's just everybody else around us is improving. Even Brentford is spending money. Norwich is spending money. And we are just static again, and it boils me up because we are going to be left in a situation where our club is a laughingstock yet again, and a laughingstock continually. You know, it's just bollocks.
And the thing is as well, right? I mean, you get all these people going on Twitter again. I'll make it quick. Going people calling you mourners, get behind the team, start having a go. Well, I'm sorry. People says that it's backing the manager, backing this team. Happy the way things are, yeah. But I tell you what it is, guys. We're unhappy the way things are in a minute. No way. You can't go in a new season, right?
Yeah, but the bottom line is, when fans are in the stadium, we will cheer for the team. We'll back the team. Yeah. But the team have to give us something back to cheer as well. It's not a one-way street, this. You know, the manager and the players have to do something for us as fans who pay thousands of pounds every year to go and watch this team. And we're watching an absolute disgrace right now. We are watching a team that is all over the shop, that it just isn't good enough. We've got a couple of players in that team who should be there, and the rest just aren't good enough. The rest aren't even, Premier League level. And we are stuck with it now. We are stuck with it until this cat case is sorted out. And it's not a very good sign. And I don't care who wants to moan. Let them complain. Let them think everything's rosy in the garden at Newcastle United, because true fans know the fact that it isn't rosy in the garden. It's an absolute shit tip in the garden right now. Okay. So, but let them think everything's rosy. They don't know anything about football if they think everything's rosy and there's positivity, because there isn't. And that's why Holly's gone to all this effort to get the protest done. That's why many people have sent tweets and emails to MPs, to people that matter, who actually can try and do something about it. But that's why we've done all of this. Not because we're just sitting on our backside, just taking it again, because we shouldn't have to. It's a ridiculous situation that we are in, yet again, 3 weeks before the start of a football season. Julie says, agreed, the cat case could be more damaging. Let's hope so. Jason says, John Joe hurt himself before pre-season doing running on his own. How ironic. I don't think he'd be running. I think what's happened is he's tripped up when he's got off his mobility scooter and he's pulled a muscle while he's been falling. Ryan in Canada.
He was running out of somebody's house after nailing the missus, and he was going to get caught.
Baz, Ryan says, evening with all this arbitration off until next year, it's now time to put focus on our team and get behind the players and not Bruce. That's all we can try and do. But at the end of the day, like I've just said, if we're not seeing it from the team and we're a shambles, why should we be cheering? We've got nothing to cheer about if we're a shambles. We're an embarrassment. We're an embarrassment yesterday, pre-season or not. It was embarrassing. Gary said I fell asleep. Judy's in the house, people. Seismologists have predicted a supervolcanic eruption that could kill all life. They're calling it the big one, aka John's first wank after No Nut November.
Oh, Judy.
Oh, Judy.
Oh my God.
Welcome back,
Judy.
Judy.
On the show one day.
Yeah, she's back. Keith says, let's hope the cat case brings better news. Lee says, wins breeds confidence. I couldn't give a flying monkey who the opposition is. If he went into the season on the back of 5 wins against a pub side, it would boost morale amongst the players. Now, Lee's got a point there. You know, yes, you're trying to get fit, but you're also, you know, you don't want to go into a new season losing all your pre-season games. I mean, Norwich are coming to St James's Park the week before the season starts. Imagine what happens if Norwich turn us over 3 or 4-0. How are we going to feel going into the start of the season?
That.
Shite.
Oh my God. Just the two of us.
You might as well post it on Twitter. You might as well post it on Twitter and Baz, you may as well.
Don't tempt him because he
You
will.
what, sorry, pal? Oh no, it was sent from Tom.
Yeah, but he wants you to put on Twitter, Buzz.
You want that on Twitter? Oh Jesus Christ, mate! You're asking for some trouble.
No, he's raring to go tonight. Is Bruno? Julie says, get behind the team, stop the division and side taking. Yeah, it's all we can do now. We've got no other choice. Charles says, will the players be there and do it for us? Exactly the point I'm making. Will they be doing it for the fans? Beat says, let's see what comes out from Keith Pattinson in the next 48 hours. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what he says. Lisa, Steve Bruce could well be the saviour. If he gets us relegated, we could well get our takeover. Look, Ashley, if we go down, Ashley is not going to sell. I'm telling you now, he'll not sell until we're back in the Premier League because he won't get the money. And we know that Mike Ashley is all about money, Pete.
Exactly. He has been for the past 14 years at this football club. Spending very little. The money we make, it just goes in his pocket. It's all about profit at this football club. It's never about progression, build. It's all about what he makes. Mm-hmm.
It's all about that for Mike Ashley. And if we're in the Championship, we are not going to get anywhere near what he wants for it. And I think every fan knows that. So it's just dire situation to be in. Baz, surely you've got something dirty to say tonight. You've been off for so long. You know, this is your first Horseman show in like 6-7 weeks. There's got to be something, Baz.
Has it been 6-7 weeks? Jesus Christ. No, not at the moment. I'm just biding my time. I'm waiting for the right thing to pop up. I don't pre-plan things. It just comes to me. So I'm not like Chippers. I don't write things down on a notepad and get ready for the show. It's all off the cuff.
I thought you were going to say something else there.
Hey.
Andy, good evening. John, is that a bottle of Staveley's Afterbirth? If so, send it to me. I need some mouthwash. That's terrible. That's filth. That's not good, Andy. That's not a good thought at all. Gary says, yes, it's going to be long season. Judy. Lisa, sold Lejeune for £4 million is an absolute joke. I'd rather have kept him. Yep. I mean, £4 million. I mean, come on.
We paid. Was it 8 million for him?
Yeah, something like that.
I know
Rafa fought for him as well to get him.
Yeah, I mean, season before, all right, it didn't quite work because of the injury, but when he's fully fit, he's very solid at the back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I really like Lejeune.
I do as well.
But hey ho, it's oh my. Is that Peter? Looking a bit sunburnt there, Pete. Dear me. Christ almighty. Paul said, Watts had a header on target yesterday. I know we only played York, but he played well. Yeah, I said about I said about Watts. I'm looking forward to but it's again, we're relying on Steve Bruce to play him, and that's a big if. Oh God, Chippers. Hey, saying hello, Judy Hobbs. Hey, my kinky lady.
It's warm at Joe Linton's tonight.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. Right, while we're on the subject of Chippers, Chippers, this has to be said. You are desperate. You are a desperate man in desperate need. Now, we know you got your virginity all sorted out a couple of weeks ago, and we were happy for you. And Baz, you were on the show 2 weeks ago. I do apologise. You were on the first one back, weren't you? The fact of the matter is, Chippers, you're chasing women that are just way out your league and you have no chance with. I mean, the comment you put on a certain young lass's one when she was just basically saying that she was heading outside in a bikini because she was hot and it was a warm day. And then you put, thank the Lord for the internet. I mean, Chippers, seriously, man, you are getting to the point where, you know, any kind of, you know, woman over the age of 20 or whatever it is, you will actually go for. You'll be going for Susan Boyle next. I mean, you will do anything, and it's laughable now when we, you know, you forget that we guys see what you put on there. You know what you reply to these people, and you know it's. You know, Barry has sent me literally a novel full of stuff that we could have written a book of chipperisms, you know, and we literally could have. We could have, and it would have been a bestseller. How not to chat women up. It would have been perfect. You know, if you want the book, we could, you know, the description could have been perfect because it said, if you want to repel women, read this book of chipperisms, and you are guaranteed never ever to score with a woman.
The best one, you didn't say it, but to the same girl, she put something like, I get really hot and crazy in this weather. And Chippers put, well, you might fancy me then. And she
not
on your life.
Well. Not on your life. I mean, Chippers is getting now to the point where the women are just batting them away like a tennis ball.
I think
I'm not
Chippers...
that desperate or something like that. Hey,
oh, my God. I think Chippers just likes any woman that's got tits in a fanny.
Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable.
A pair of baps as well, man.
Yeah, speaking
no
of
disrespect, Chippers, but I think it's
you don't have to say with respect, just disrespect them. John, speaking of women, how's the old you know, have we been on third date yet?
It's gonna happen on Saturday because she said I'll pay for the meal twice.
Third date, let's get it on.
Somewhere it's gonna be on her tweet on Saturday. So yeah.
Don't forget those extra long, thick, ribbed condoms, mate.
No!
All right, he's got his jumper, Baz. He's got his jumper. That's all he needs.
You put the hood up, tie it, and just dive right in.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what, hey, Baz, what you gotta do, right? When you take the date sort of thing, you fancy someone, you have to put the top corner, or you play it from behind. Yeah.
What the hell is he talking about?
I have no idea.
You go to the top corner, you got to dash it in. You do it from behind, then you got.
This is John on third date night.
And you know what I'm talking about.
I'm just limbering up, I'm warming up, and I'm going in.
John, I really don't know what you're talking about. That's the thing. I'm actually scared as to what you've just said there. I think this woman should be very scared.
Oh,
she's going to be walking like she's been on a horse for 6 months when she's finished with you. It's third date time, John. So have you shipped your mother off to? Have you shipped your mother off somewhere?
She's to be staying.
I hope so.
So you've got the house to yourself, John, or are you booking a nice romantic hotel somewhere, like the Premier Inn or the Travel Lodge?
It has to be right. But I know it's correct, and it's going to be long term, which I hope so. Then I'll introduce to me, man. We'll see.
We're not talking about your mother here. We're talking about getting the deed done, John.
I know, John. We're talking about your mum wearing some headphones while you're knocking. We also need an answer from Judy tonight, by the way, because Chip has also commented on one of Judy's tweets. I don't know if you saw that one as well.
Yeah,
it was quite
Judy,
funny about how Judy should take her frustrations out on Chippers, and she didn't say no, but she didn't say yes.
She didn't. But I think Judy just winds Chippers up to help him.
I think so.
To help him when he's in the bathroom alone with his toilet roll.
Chippers, this is what you need, mate.
Yeah, Judy. If you can, if you've got a message for Chippers or what you'd really like to say to him, now this is probably the show to do it on rather than Twitter. Because we have an audience of over 100 again tonight, which is fantastic, by the way. So thank you very much, everybody that's tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the show. If you are, smash the like, subscribe, and if you're feeling generous, you can super chat down below, hit the $sign, and donate to the channel. Would be lovely.
What we'll do with the super chats tonight, we'll put the money towards prostitute for Chippers.
That's not a bad idea, actually. To be fair, yeah. I mean, yeah. What? Toons are the one and only. Says, accept we're going to get relegated if we don't. Bonus because it's coming. So why try and fool yourself? We know we're going down. Nobody's fooling themselves. Judy says the team doctor said, Joe Litton, your colon has been absolutely demolished. Joe said it's okay. Grammar was never my strong point. Flaming hell. Oh, Judy. Lee says Willock would be a massive boost if we can get him going into the new season. He would, but again, I mean, a week ago it was looking really good. You know, there was talk about planes being booked, and he was on his way up, and things like that.
It's like it's up to Arsenal apparently now.
Yeah, and now it's faded away, hasn't it? It's and from what Arteta says, he doesn't want to let him go. So if it's up to Arteta, he doesn't leave. Simple as that. But we'll see what happens. Gary says Bruce should have gone when we lost to Sheffield United last season. I agree with that.
Before
Gary,
that?
Gary, can I just say
Way
something
before that.
about Gary? Well, Gary, I watched Steve Bruce out before he even came in. He should never come in the first place, let alone go after Sheffield United. So,
yeah. Agreed. The Black and White Knight says, how can the Premier League get away with this? They just keep moving the goalposts. It's what they do all the time, isn't it? You know, the Premier League, we know they're backing into a corner. We know that the corruption is going to come to the forefront. They're in serious trouble when the truth eventually comes out, and that's why they keep backing everything up into a corner as best they can, so it doesn't come out. But it all will eventually. Billy says, when I saw Hendrick on the team sheet yesterday, I was positive that was the last time Steve Bruce would be picking shite. Then I saw the Joachim Löw pose. Yeah, I tweeted that out earlier. Did everybody see that of Mr. Bruce? Hands down the pants. We don't like to see that.
How can the sponsors sell the gear with him as manager wearing it?
Oh, I mean, it doesn't. He just looks, Castore. I mean, they've got Andy Murray and various other fantastic sports people involved, and then they see somebody like Steve Bruce, who is the beacon of fitness, wearing the Castore outfit. I mean, my God!
Did you say bacon there?
The bacon of fitness, yes. Nice one, Baz. See what you did there. About time you piped up with something. It's only been 43 minutes into the show.
Hey, I've just ripped into chippers for you. What more do you want?
Fair enough. Well, a lot more, Baz. Geordie says, the other day, Amanda Staveley said that she would fight to buy our club. Hopefully that will remain going forward. I think she's all in. She really is. She can only do what she can at the end of the day. Judy says, Joe Linton said, I'm not saying John is wide, but I have to hire the curtain pullers from the Palladium to close my butt cheeks. What's that?
That is John grinding over Joe Linton, apparently.
Yeah. Hey. Oh. You'll be doing some of that on the dance floor on Saturday night, won't you, John, on your date?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, baby.
I'm surprised Chippers is still talking to us, to be fair.
Well, Chippers knows the facts.
I'm not going to be worse than Chippers, by the way. I'll give that honest to Chippers, by the way.
I don't think anybody could get as bad as Chippers, to be fair, John. I mean, the guy is really trying to just... the thing is, right, I'm scrolling through Twitter and I'm seeing these sort of women pop up on my newsfeed who I don't even follow, but then I see at the top Sam Chipperfield or Chippers, whoever it is, retweeted, and so it's all of his retweets coming on my newsfeed, about him trying to, I mean, just if you need to, Chippers, just buy a blow-up doll, man. Do something to get rid of your pent-up energy. Go to Amsterdam. Gary says, my local team Ipswich got taken over quicker than us. A lot of them do in the EFL. Jason says, Bruce on transfers. It's difficult for everybody at the moment. So there'll be a bit of work to be done. We've got one or two things bubbling, but nothing really imminent. Bubbling kebabs.
Can I just comment on a minute, Paul said? He said exactly the same thing last season. Exactly the same thing. And it's just been boring. So repetitive from this guy, it's he's said it exactly the same thing.
Trill says the reason that Masters and Hoffman is delaying is because there's some photos where Masters is ploughing Hoffman while singing the EPL theme. Oh, Trill's my God. Keith says congratulations, Bazza.
Thanks.
Beat says it sounds like we feared arbitration had went ahead of Cat, so the club have agreed to adjourn arbitration till next year, leaving the way for Cat to grant us our takeover. Listen, we can't say any more, but just fingers crossed. You know, we can't. It's just we will see what happens.
It's got to the point now where I don't want to hear anything about it. I just want to know when it's done.
Sick to the back teeth of it, to be honest. Jason says, now that this has happened, do you think the fans will be even more toxic at St James's Park, starting with the season opener? I think give it about 10, 20 minutes into the season opener. If things aren't going our way, things will turn very toxic very quickly. We know it will. Chipper says, apparently the song Push It came on when John went in deep with Joe Linton. Ryan says, I better not hear Steve Bruce come out and blame injuries anytime this season. The season coming up is a proper season with pre-season, but it's Steve Bruce and has no clue how to manage players' fitness. It's all over the shop. And I really worry about the likes of Callum Wilson, etc., because Joe Linton's obviously had a muscle problem, but that's probably John's fault for keeping on the rack too long in his dungeon. But never mind. Geordie says the supporters have a voice, and we need to make our voices heard in the season towards Dickie Masters and co. I'm sure they will. I'm sure whatever fans are in the ground for the games will be making themselves heard. There is no doubt about it, and so we should. It's already been stated, anyone giving stick to Ashley or Bruce will be thrown out of home games.
Is this true? Brilliant.
I have heard that. I have heard that, yes. I have heard that.
How petty. So we just go and stay and just, what do you expect us to do? Go and keep our mouth shut and sort of thing.
Do you know what? Good luck to them, because what are they going to do? Chuck 99% of the fans out the stadium? I don't quite think so. Well, that's what we want at the end of the day, isn't it? So
that's what I want.
Absolutely pathetic. Ryan says, John, is that the away kit from last season?
Nah.
That kit was horrible.
Gary says, Sky are pathetic. Cancellation is on its way. I've seen a lot of people cancelling the Sky. A lot of people.
I mean, and to be honest, it's become expensive these days as well.
I know. I mean, I've got my mobile accounts are with Sky, my TV's with Sky. My broadband isn't, since I've moved back to this house, so I may look to go elsewhere. But I mean, it's just, it's a kick in the teeth to everybody. It really is. It really is. Keith says, John, what have you done with Joe Linton? Obviously for his injuries yesterday. Julie says, Sky were bloody quick to report arbitration being delayed. Funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
So quick to report that, yet nothing on the protest until about days after. It's pathetic. And do they think the Newcastle fans are so stupid as to not realise, that as soon as any bad news happens with Newcastle, and breaking news from the Newcastle United takeover, but nothing to say. Breaking news on Friday: Newcastle fans in London, Parliament Square, protesting for transparency. Oh my God, no! Because they know that upset the top six, or the big six as they like to be called. But I still don't agree with the big six. Arsenal big six, Tottenham big six. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, best league, the so-called best league in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Okay.
Well, will you shut up, you're Italian. Connor said the dungeon is Joe Linton's legacy. And by the way, can I just point out, how many live streams do you have to do about the bloody Italian football team, John? I mean, seriously, you're getting bloody... Next thing, you'll have the Super Mario Brothers on your bloody live stream to talk about it.
Oh, there it is. He's going to get his old Nintendo out. He's going to play Mario
next month.
You know what it is, right? He sat there during the game last week, the England game. Oh, I want England to win. I want England game. And ever since England have lost, all he's been talking about in his live streams is Super Italia. Beat the Polonaise. We're going to win everything. The World Cup next season.
Hey.
Can I just point something out? John, is this your love of pipes has come from Italy and come from Mario going down pipes all the time?
Yeah.
Is this where you've got your love for Joe Linton's pipe from? It's got to be.
Without a doubt.
No, totally denied
Mario.
it. Not guilty, my guy.
Seriously, John, I mean, if that wasn't a giveaway, your love for Italia it's come to the front. You've got nothing. No, you can't even argue about it, right? And you're not turning this show into Jerry Bloody Springer. I'm telling you now, right? You are a closet Italian, and it's come out in the last days. And guys who are watching, please comment on that if you agree, because if you look at his channel, it's all about bloody Italy this week, and it's driving me. He may as well be the new presenter of Wish You Were Here and sod off to Venice, Rome, bloody Napoli, wherever he wants to go.
Nah.
Honestly.
I'll be
Honestly. Troll says John was angry at Joe Linton and told him, up yours, Joe Linton. Bends over, drops his pants and said it's all yours.
Oh, God.
Gary says £50 a month for this rubbish. Talking about Sky, obviously. Billy says John bears a massive resemblance to the former Ethiopian world middleweight champion, Starvin Hagler. Starvin Hagler. Oh, dear. Tom, John, have you been to Blythe Butchers recently? Tom, seriously, mate, you need to come out with a different question for John every week. I mean, it's the same one. It's the same one. I mean, I'm just wondering if further down the comments you might have put something like, have you had your Brazilian sausage? I guess we'll see. Chipper says, my knees are weak, arms heavy. John's got vomit on sweater, Joe Linton spaghetti. As Eminem blasts out 8 Mile John Joe Linton remix.
Oh, lose yourself. Oh, he's doing the
Oh, dear. Mark says, what's in John's juice? I want some. He's on fire. Obviously, he has been on his high horse a few times tonight, but I just thought I'd throw him off the horse talking about his love for Italy. Bede says, John, was that Joseph Fritzl's dungeon? Did he rent you it? Yeah, God. Oh, my God. Geordie says, John, tell your ma that she will get more entertainment watching this show than the soaps.
You could be that.
Well,
Should get more entertainment
the
watching
reason
John get laid than watching.
Oh, God almighty. Baz. Listen, the reason John's man made an appearance on the show last week was because she actually found the dungeon where Joe Linton was. If you go back and watch it, you will see the sheer panic on John's face. After his mum has called him a few times, John then just gets up and runs for the heavens to try and get to that dungeon door in time before she sees what's behind it, because it would have given her a heart attack. It's as simple as that. She does not know what goes on the very bottom floor of John's house.
Do you think? Because I reckon she knows where the dungeon is, because that's where John was conceived.
Oh,
I'm surprised he didn't walk down and go, there's the spot.
Oh. Baz, you cannot do that.
Well, you wanted more, you're getting more.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Connor says, hopefully Joe Linton will stay now because he could get Dwight Gale to work on his feet. Joel says, Bede, now we know why John keeps moving around. Is John on the set of Antiques Roadshow? Just saw a photo of Steve Bruce shirtless. His gut looks like a moomin suffering a stroke. Wow. Guys, I'm starting to profusely sweating here now with these lights shining on me. It was quite cool when I started the show, but the sweat is pouring. It is so warm. Andy, dear God. I'm not even reading it out anymore because, obviously that's directed at Judy. And we can also make our feelings towards the corrupt Premier League known as well. Definitely. Thank you very much. And yes, I am in Norway, says Trolls. Judy says, happy birthday, Trolls, you sexy Scandinavian love Viking. Though don't do what the last lot did and bum the hell out of Lindisfarne Monastery.
Oh, my God.
Joshua says, it's nice to see Callum Wilson's number 9. Certainly is. I mean,
yes, it is. Yes.
That's the one bit of good news.
Yeah.
I mean, John, I bet you had a few visits to the toilet with the toilet roll when you saw Joe Linton take his top off the other day in that video, did you? He was just looking at the camera. This is for you, baby. Woo! Get that Colgate ready. Honestly,
do you see some of the tweets? There's a guy in one of the groups I'm in. He literally posted a picture holding his shirt. He had Joe Linton 9 on it.
Yes, he just literally got it done half an hour before, hadn't he? Oh, yeah.
You would have thought the club would have said something to him, wouldn't you? Like, don't do this because we're going to do this. You know what I mean? It's harsh. I'd go back complaining, me.
Yeah, typical of our club, really, isn't it? It really is. But, it serves them right for getting Joe Linton 9 on in the first place, to be fair.
We're probably laughing at him while they were doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Bruce, Pizza, Steve Bruce sporting that quite a resemblance to Trump. I've seen a few resemblances to Trump today, yeah. Jules, thank you very much, Judy, and now saving it for later. Billy says, any updates on John's date? Has he got his brown wings yet? Yeah, obviously these comments are a little bit behind, so there you go, Billy. We have discussed that before. Jason says at least Slow Linton had the sense to give up the number 9. His days of impersonating a striker are over.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey.
Keith agrees with that. Lee says Everton are trying to sign Townsend and Begovic, while there's no news about transfers regarding Newcastle.
They're also trying to sign Dimitri Gray, aren't they?
Yeah,
Damari Gray.
Damari Gray, sorry.
Yeah, listen, Rafa knows what he's doing, I guess. But
he does.
Well,
but we're talking about 1.5 million and free. Do you know what I mean? They're perfect signings for Newcastle. Not a lot of money, but we're not even considering it. It's ridiculous.
I thought we might have gone in for Townsend. I was led to believe he would have come back, but I mean, who knows?
I was led to believe he was offered to the club, but they haven't taken it up.
Well, yeah. The only signing Bruce has done was to put no entry sign over Joe Linton's butt crevice.
God. Yeah, John smashed straight through that, didn't you, John?
He certainly did. He certainly did. Let's have a look. Chipper says John was devastated when he saw Joe Linton eating a badly packed kebab. Susan Boyle's flaps.
Oh!
Don't even want to think about that. Don't even
Come
want to think about that.
We don't know what's going on with our question yet. I'm really interested to see what she's got to say.
Barry, we've got about 9,000 comments before we get to that. Musical Magpie says, should Andy Carroll have been given a contract extension? No. I think we're all pretty... We could have all... We answered that at exactly the same time. Did you notice that? Absolutely. Beat says, John blows out more bubbles than an arrow.
That's a lot of fucking bubbles.
PIF has already walked. They're not interested now. I'm not sure about that.
I think so.
No, I'm not sure about that at
all. I want
all.
to see a statement from them before we come up with any stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, these bloody damn stupid comments. I've lost comments again. I do apologise. If yours haven't come up, please put another one. Andrew, good evening. What do you think of that youngster Arsenal got? Does that mean the Toon buying Willock, or is he coming to Ibrox? Willock is not going to Ibrox, Andrew. Let's get it straight. It's not happening. Connor says Manquillo needs an involvement in the preseason, otherwise we are screwed, because regardless of ASM, Hayden, Richie and Wilson, we are well and truly screwed. Listen, I don't think Hayden's even fully fit, because he looked knackered after the first 10 minutes yesterday. I thought he was going to have to come off as well. He really didn't look comfortable on that knee at all.
You know what it is like? I mean, I saw a tweet yesterday, Sav. She said, the players do not look fit. I replied, well said, Sav. And then she got ripped a good one. Sav is absolutely right. We all know that the players didn't look fit. They didn't look fit at all whatsoever. I can understand you need to get play more games, but they still wouldn't look fit anyway, sort of thing. So
it's just me.
Move on.
Taylor said, I would personally pay any club to take Hendrick and send an apology postcard for having him. Totally agree. Andrew says, is ASM going to Everton? No.
I hope not.
Somebody made a point actually saying that ASM's not really a Rafa player, and I don't think he is, to be honest. Judy says, love you too, Madman. Judy, stop now. Stop winding them up, or I'm putting you in the penalty box for comments. You know, because I could do that as well. You know, I know I have a penalty box on a fan forum, which is normally filled with chippers. But come on, stop giving him he thinks he actually stands a chance with you, Judy. That's what makes me laugh. You're winding him up. He thinks he stands a chance, and he doesn't. He's home alone eating his fish finger sandwiches with his toilet roll next to him, just dreaming of it. Honestly. Troll says, Bruce is so inept he doesn't understand what pre-season is for. Well, yeah. John, you never said you went on a dinner date. No, he's going this.
Yeah, I did.
I think unless he's winding you up there, because all you've talked about was a dinner date.
Yeah. I mean, what do you, John? Have you actually made a move on it yet?
I'm not telling you, man. Nah, I mean,
you slipped the slug yet?
John, come on. The viewing public wants to know. Come on.
Come on, John. If you put the slug in her mouth,
if I do it.
That's a very romantic way of putting it.
And you'd be the first to look at it.
There's no such thing as romance on this show.
No. It's just unadulterated, pure filth. Dave says, I would doubt it if he's not Rafa's type of player exactly. Yeah, John, what was her ass like, Andrew wants to know.
No comment. But she's quite skinny.
As long as
very wise.
Yeah, exactly. Toonza says, as long as people line his pockets, nothing will change. As long as asses are in seats, nothing will change. Nobody want to buy this club. Nobody wants to manage the club. No one want to play for the Toon. Look, at the end of the day, there's not going to be a full stadium. We know that. And I'll be very, very surprised if that first game against West Ham, we do have a capacity, because I've seen a lot of people who aren't going. Simple as. Chippers is
just a short tweet for Richard Keys. I'll make it very, very quickly, guys. Richard Keys sent a tweet. He said, I thought we were all told Newcastle was a slam dunk legal case and guaranteed takeover by July, when takeovers become takeovers.
John, what do you read Richard Keys' tweet out for? Why are you giving that hairy ass bellend any sort of airtime when all he wants to do is wind you up and it's clearly working?
I know, I put it out there.
And why are you following all the monumental bellends?
I'm not following him. I'm just...
You're following Luke Edwards.
It would have been retweeted, wouldn't it? I've actually tweeted the Stelvy's husband and told them to convince the Reuben brothers to buy the club and find a back door for Piff to get in.
Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be a way.
Once they own the club.
Yeah.
What did you say, John?
No, just saying, I don't think they want to own the club. Reuben brothers don't want to own the club.
They don't, but what I'm saying is they don't have to own the club. All they've got to do is buy it, be the owners for a very short time until they find a back door for Piff to sort it out. I mean, what's stopping Piff from going, Reuben brothers, here's all the money. This is the list we want you to do, and this is what we want back for it. They could just be a face for the club. They don't have to actually own it. But it's like someone buying a pub and having the name above the door, but somebody else runs it.
Yeah.
John, I'm sure you know somebody from the Italian mafia with all your Italian contacts to get involved and sort something out.
How much would it be for a hit on Hoffman?
Exactly. Hit the Hoffman. Chippers says, anyone think giving Wilson the number 9 shirt was something to try and keep him at the club in case bids come?
No.
I think the shirt's going to be number 9. Yeah. Rafa said he's after him, though. I don't think Rafa did say that, Andrew, at all. Takeover is done if we get relegated. Done by, as in over, yes. It's not going to get completed. It's over and done with if we get relegated. Happy Feet says, and yet again, Talk Sport have talked trash against Newcastle. Andrew says, and his cryptic Twitter emails all time lately. Andrew, I'd not seen that. In that case, he'll be off. Look, he's not going to Everton, right? I'm willing to. I'll bear my arse live on the show if he goes to Everton, right? I'm telling you. Keith says Bruce was wearing a cap. Looked absolutely stupid. He did. He looked absolutely like. Tom wants to know what bedroom you're in tonight, John.
Yeah, I'm in the living room again.
Andrew says, Billy, honestly, if Toon get relegated, I think takeover goes through. I think you've got to go one step back, 2 steps forward. It won't, because Ashley won't get the money. How's Lady Penelope, Baz? Says Lee.
Penelope? I don't know what he's talking about. Have I missed something there?
I'm not sure.
Mrs. is all right. Just, pregnant.
Toonza says it's his fault outpricing Newcastle from the first time. He said it was for sale, which it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, he's done that a couple of times, hasn't he? Andrew says, I hope ASM doesn't go. I hope he becomes a legend for the club. But money talks. He'll not be here that long, I'm telling you. Not where he wants to win things. James says Bruce is tugging himself off because he's getting 4 million for Lejeune on his day. He's one of our best players. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I don't know why he's tugging himself off, because he's not going to see the money anyway.
Yeah, well, exactly. Morning all, 5:30 a.m. 2-week lockdown here in Sydney. Hope you guys are keeping well. Yeah, stay safe out there, matey. But the one thing about Australia is they're handling this in the right way, from what I can gather. My uncle lives in Brisbane, and they're handling it very, very differently to what our monstrosity of a prime minister is. Ryan says, we just sold a player to place who was not kicked a ball for 20 million. Yeah, Palace. He's gone to Palace. I've seen that earlier on. 20 million quid, and he's never played for the first team yet. Just bizarre. Billy says PD looks like Jimmy Carr after eating a 12-course meal. Oh, dear me! Wow.
Oh, God.
Andrew says, honestly, I think it's a good bit of business selling Lejeune. He's injury prone and all the money raised will hopefully go for another player. Andrew, have you followed Newcastle a lot? Because money will go towards another player. What planet are you sitting on tonight? When have you ever known us sell a player and the money for that player has gone to buy another one? It goes straight in Mike Ashley's pocket. Come on. This is what I mean. This is the kind of stuff that gets sent to try and put people off the true reality of what's going on at our club. It's bollocks, man. James says at this rate, Steve Bruce will come out of retirement to play for the Toon because he won't sign any players. Well, he can go and goal. He'll certainly not concede many. And he wouldn't have to freaking move. Judy says, I've never met someone out of my league. On Tinder, I got a swipe from Accrington Stanley. Judy put it this way, you're well out of Chippers League. James says, Chippers and Susan Boyle sitting in a tree. Chipper said, I had Susan Boyle. She's a tasty kebab. There's no help with this guy. There's absolutely no help. Do a barber floor if it had enough hair on it. Yes, he would. He would. He really would. Tom says, loving the show tonight. Thank you. We've got about just under an hour left of tonight's show, guys. If you are enjoying it, please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, or please do consider it. And also subscribe to all the other guys' channels. Links will be in the description below, so go and give them a subscription as well. And also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, hit the super chat button at the bottom, and it'll take you through if you want to help with the channel.
Let's get Chippers laid.
Less. It's going towards Chippers getting a prostitute. Billy says, I can see level 7 Dave and Chippers going wingmen for each other. Oh. Well, level 7 Dave will have the wrong glasses on for a start. He'll probably start chatting Chippers up and not realizing. Oh, hell's teeth. That's something I would
munching on everything in sight.
Oh, God. Hell, imagine being a fly on the wall watching them two try and chat women up. Dear God. James says, well, I hope Chippers doesn't make a move for some old grannies with saggy tits since he likes any women. God. Yeah, he probably would. You reckon Muto will be having a chance this season? Look, I've said all along I'd love to see Muto given a chance and a good run of games. I think he'd be ideal sitting behind Wilson. I really do. But there's no way Steve Bruce sees him as even a potential player for us. I'd be very, very surprised if he's involved at all, or he's still here come the start of the league season. Andy says, Chippers, who the fuck have you let shag them? Tom, you're loving them dates, mind John.
That's like good.
Yes, you are. Mind you, I think only at the third date. After how long's this now, John?
About six weeks now, coming up.
6 weeks. God, you move slow. 3
dates in 6 weeks.
Yeah, but don't forget though, she's other things to do, sort of thing. So,
really?
I don't know what she's into, guys.
It's not other things. It's who you want to be asking.
I know, but what I'm gonna try and do, I'm gonna see if I can see in the week as well.
Yeah, you do that, John. Hi, Paul. Do you think that Gallagher will come to Newcastle on loan, or will Joe Willock come back? Look, I said last season I think Conor Gallagher is a brilliant player. I don't think he's the same type of player as Willock, and I don't think he'll have the same effect as Willock. But obviously they're eyeing him up if the Willock situation goes tits up. So Andrew says, how come you lot ain't celebrating Freedom Day? I've been to Tesco to do my shopping with no mask on today. It was very, very half and half, I have to say. But what I didn't like was the people that were wearing masks staring at the people that weren't, as if to say, you are the devil. I mean, I went with my eldest daughter, and anyone that looked at her, she didn't particularly speak very kindly of them, because one thing about my eldest, she's 19, and she can stick up for herself, and she does not like it when people are looking at her funny or, giving her any sort of jip. And she went straight for the jugular. There was this old woman walked past us, and she was staring at her and shaking her head as if to say, you should have a mask on. And Olivia just said, excuse me. She turned around and says, would you like me to show you to your mobility scooter? And then just walked away. She doesn't take no crap.
I've managed to get me a second job booked earlier.
I've seen that, yeah.
But, which is good.
Well, I'm all double jabbed, so the point is, I'm double jabbed. Why do I need to wear a mask?
Sure.
What's the point of getting vaccinated?
Exactly.
It's just ridiculous.
No comment.
Oh, Baz, give up.
No, it just
Bloody Boris Johnson's love child in the bottom corner.
I'll still wear a mask is until everyone's vaccinated, because if you've got it, you cough, you spread it. So I'll be wearing a mask when I'm out. Because
if people aren't double vaccinated, fair enough, wear a mask. Wear a mask if you're not double vaccinated. I'm all for that. That's fine. But then the people that are double vaccinated don't give us funny looks on that just because we're not bothering to wear a mask. It's our choice.
Even though you're still double vaccinated, doesn't mean you still can't get it and you can't spread it. That's all I'm saying. Is that until everyone's double vaccinated, personally,
but that's what I'm saying. People that aren't double vaccinated, fair enough, wear a mask, no problems. It's I'm just sick of the damn thing now. Anyway, Happy Feet says, Johnny, you're getting another curry. Remember, if she goes to the toilet, make sure you run so she has to pay.
I'm surprised. Chip Aston send this tweet, man. No.
Pete says, Johnny, you're going to do a bit of scuba diving and motorboating?
Both bad, by the
way. Jason says, Bazzy, you're wrong, mate. John uses them heavy-duty wheelie bin bags. Oh, my God. Oh, dear me. Keith says, Barry's on form tonight. There you go. Chippers, Joe Linton is cry wanking at the thought of his third date as he wishes it was him. Jordy says, Muto had 3 goals in 28 appearances in La Liga. I'd rather cash in on him. Fair enough. I think everyone's going to have an opinion. Billy says, how are you, John? You'll be riding her like a stolen bike on Saturday.
And how we're it's H-O-W-A-Y, not H-A-W-A-Y. Sounds like a man.
Bowie, going back to Mutu.
Oh, there you go, Billy. That's you, telt mate.
Sorry.
Going back to Mutu.
He
scored 2 goals. John, shut up. Mutu, right? Scored 2 goals.
It wasn't Mutu, it's Muto. Mutu was the Romanian, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Got done for drugs at Chelsea.
The cokehead.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. He scored 2 goals at Old Trafford, then we never saw him again.
I know. That's my point.
He scored
I don't get it.
He scored
I
one.
Thought he got 2.
No, he scored twice.
He scored, and then Muto got the second one.
Who got the first one?
Kennedy.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh,
don't listen to the Italian.
He did, yes. No,
don't listen to the Italian.
It's a pretty good finish as well, that one. What happened to him as well? He was meant to be a pretty good friggin' footballer.
He's gone to Spain. He's gone to Spain with Las Palmas, I think.
Who, Kennedy?
Yeah, I think it was Las Palmas.
He was terrible.
First season he did well.
He did well
because he wanted a contract. He wanted somebody to pick him up. That's why. And then the second season he was. Oh my God.
Yeah, he was terrible that season.
Remember, John, treat them mean, keep them keen. Hi, mate. Sent you a message about putting on my show for 10 minutes in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I've seen that one. I will get back to you, buddy. I've seen the message. I will reply to you. Just haven't had a chance, but I have seen it, mate. So I will get back in touch. Joe says, yesterday all our troubles seemed to be further away, but they seem to be here to stay. I believe in yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Chipper says, if they are extra strong tissues, mate, send them over.
Oh. They are. Oh. And they're nice and smooth as well.
Oh, God almighty. Hit like and subscribe, everyone, says Geordie. Thanks, bud. Ryan says, John talking about from behind pole means the other hole. Jesus Christ. Judy says, oh, leave Chippers alone. No, we won't. We are campaigning for, on behalf of all the Newcastle United Twitter people, that we are sick of reading his love notes that are just pathetic in every way. I mean, if he had a bit of crack about him, if he had a bit of, I don't know actually, because they're just fucking boring.
I wonder how he got on with that OnlyFans.
Oh, well, there's a thing.
Remember that tweet?
Yep. We all saw it, Chippers. We all saw it. Jason says, whatever you do, John, don't ram romance her down in the dungeon unless you're planning a 3-way with Joe Linton on the bench. Oh, dear. J-Lo Broski. That's an interesting username. No chance Piff stay. It's probably better we actually go down then, get new owners like Villa, Wolves and Leicester did, where no questions are asked in the Championship. It's a good point. I mean, even if it wasn't Piff that came in, maybe we'd get something through. Who knows?
Got to be careful. Look at Burnley.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's gone tits up. Connor says here this has got to be the funniest show tonight. Paul, Baz, and John, you all deserve a man of the match performance for the match after tonight, and Peter, you deserve one for laughing absolute class. Thanks very much, Connor. I appreciate it. Everybody loves your laugh, though, Pete. Everybody loves it.
Oh, yeah, apparently I've been told that.
Yeah, and since you got your headset, it just excels even more. But, listen, I mean, it's even better when he spits his drink out. Come on, I mean,
I was just about to say that. It's even better when he does his impression of John Linton spitting John's cum out.
Oh, my God. I didn't actually know you were going to go there, Baz, but, you have. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Chippers needs to get the dirty water off his chest. Did John say he wants to take his date from behind? Yes, he did. Look at this. Johnny's going to be devastated, isn't he? He is going to be devastated. I mean, when I watch the show back, because obviously I tend to watch shows back to make sure see if anything can be done differently and stuff like that. I will check that out because I'm pretty sure John did say he wants to take his last from behind. So
I'm sure I heard that as well.
Yeah, I think we all did. Peter, what did you hear it?
No.
The reason why I think I heard
for
it
once in your life, just be honest.
I'm sure I heard it because all I could think of was John taking it from behind and it coming out of her mouth. You know what I mean? So,
like a boa constrictor.
Yeah.
Hey,
She
baby.
feels it. Feels it in every way.
Oh my God. Oh, dear. John, when you take someone for a date, does the woman choose the dearest meal and wine or beer? What do you think?
Some great questions.
If the quality food is fine, whatever it is fine, we just go for that. But obviously, I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke anything like that sort of thing. So, stick to the soft drinks, me. So,
yeah. But John, the question is, when you take your lovely lady to be for a meal, does she order the most expensive thing off the menu every single time? And this is why you're still waiting for the fourth date 6 weeks down the line, because she likes to go out on dates and get the most expensive meal off the menu from other people as well, mate. She's feeding herself.
Oh, dear God.
In the middle.
All right.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, that's so she gets asked out again, you see. And then on the fourth one, or the third one, she'll order the most expensive thing, and then you won't see her again.
Dear. Andy says, where you taking her, John, up the arse? Judy says, Bazza can fire come faster than a petrol pump. It also explains why his pimp collects the payments from a kiosk. Oh, dear me. Oh, God. Still a lot of love for Steve Bruce on here, I see. He got you the 12th, wasn't it? Banter, of course, yeah. We know, yeah. I mean, it's just not right, is it? I mean, dear God.
Every time on your show now.
Yeah, Judy's making me laugh, and it gets hotter the more I laugh. It's. I mean, Pete, I think you've got a sweat on there.
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling off these lights in front of me as well.
Yeah. You know what? I might change my lights. I'm going to try and get maybe two proper bright LED desk lights instead of these big bright floodlights because they are so hot, man. Seriously.
I mean, like floodlights a bit as well.
Good for warming up in the winter, but when the temperature's like this, my God. Am I right in thinking Bruce only has this season left on his current deal? Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a new deal this week to kick us in the balls even more.
God.
We're expecting that. Yeah.
If that does happen, then the takeover's fucked. If he gets a new deal.
Yeah, definitely. Archer, good evening. Well, as we all know that Joe Linton has been given the number 7, Joe Linton's got 7 cum bubbles. Andrew says the new kits are nice. I like the home one now. It's grown on me.
Same here.
Taylor, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I haven't been in here a while. I had school tests. Hope they went well, mate. Jordy says, I've been impressed with Castoria's new gear for both Newcastle and Rangers. I have as well. They're lush, fair play. Charles, thank you for a super chat, matey. Really do appreciate that. Thank you. And happy birthday again. I think we should do a rendition, guys. Come on, it's Jules' birthday.
Oh, I'm not singing. You can sing. You sing. I don't.
I know, but I'll probably come up with something like "Happy Birthday, Mr. President," and I don't really want to do that.
Come on.
I know. Chipper says, "Wow, unreal, Trolls." Yes, it's very kind of him. And Chipper's. I can't take him seriously.
Not for your prostitute, mate.
That's right. Andy says Steve Bruce in the new gear was one of the very saddest ones I've ever had. Oh, dear me. Andy, seriously, man. Andrew says, how much is that in pounds, Trolls? It doesn't really matter, Andrew. It's just it's simply because, it's the thought that counts, and it's his generosity that counts. So, it doesn't matter how much it is in pounds. I think people are seeing the 100 and thinking it's £100. I think you're getting level 7. Dave's in the house. He says, "Congress, Bazza."
Hey.
I think he's meant to say congratulations. He's obviously got the wrong glasses on again. The blank spot. Geordie says, "Congratulations, Barry and family." Thanks, Trolls. Taylor says it's annoying because Bruce always talks about the other teams rather than focus on us. Like when we were in relegation battle last season and saying 7 or 8 teams were in it, and now other teams transfers. I don't know where he's getting the transfer market quiet from, because it certainly isn't. Where I worked, a 40-year-old virgin went to Thailand to pop the cherry. He paid the brass, went back and sat and watched the TV with her. Spent $3,000 for 2 weeks of that.
Oh, God.
God.
Oh, I can tell you about Thailand.
Let's not. No, we're not going to go to Thailand.
No. There's a guy at work, right? And I'm
not dear funny. God.
He loves Thailand, right? He's met this bird. Well, he's not really met her. Met her online. He's sending her £500 a month, right? Never met her. Never touched her. £500 a month. There you go, love. You do that. I'm like, mate, you need to seriously stop doing this, because she's doing this to other blokes as well. You're not the only one. But I can tell you some stories about them another time, though. But Jesus Christ.
As she's living in a mansion with her husband and kids. Yeah. Oh, my God. Charles says you need to get another stretch bench, John, so you have one for Masters and one for Horsemen. And remember, go really hard.
I'm not with no positive. I know what you mean.
What did you just say?
I said Masters and Hoffman have blown knocked them out by my way.
I thought you said something else. I thought I heard if they approved the takeover, I'll take them in the dungeon. I'm pretty sure I heard you say that there.
No, Hoffman and Masters, man. Know what I mean?
That's who I mean. Get them on the rack. Happy Feet says, I'd rather cream onto pancakes and smack them across Ashley's face than not have a takeover.
Love it.
Jason says, rang the number on Baz's background and Joe Linton answered the phone saying, hello, you're through to John's sex dungeon. How may we please you? Bazza, why are you advertising?
Oh, it's nearly a telephone number, isn't it? I was thinking 0191.
I know, yeah.
I'm adding the numbers of... It is 0191 248 999.
Yeah. Lee says the club will be giving those 10k free season tickets to stewards, so if anyone slags Ashley or Bruce off, they will get people kicked out.
Yes, potentially.
Gary says out of court settlement poll takeover will happen. Let's hope you're right.
Gary, yes, so I'm going to say on that.
Yeah. I wouldn't waste money on Sky, says Keith. John, you need to stop slapping your schlong against Joe Linton's thighs. Chris got a point here. Leicester are in the Big Six. Leicester should be a Big 16 because they finished in the top 6. Chipper says apparently Signor Whippy is joining John on a new Italian stream regarding the Euros. Rather have Leicester up there, to be honest, says Jules. Jason says, don't mock John and his Italians, Paul. Tomorrow he has the Pope on live from the Vatican. Yeah, you can just imagine it. Yeah. Suddenly a thumbnail comes out and it's John and the Pope from the Vatican. Oh, dear God.
Oh, you can imagine John getting him to do the black, white smoke, can't you, for the takeover?
Happy Feet says they say bagpipes are named after John and Joe Linton's Saucy Saturdays. Oh dear. Arsenal and Tottenham weren't even in the top 6. Exactly. Chipper says, yes, we all know John loves Italy. He piped them off for the whole game during the watch-along of the final. Lee says, John, have you had some Brazilian sausage? There it is. There it is. It's come from Lee tonight, though. I think he's been sarcastic, though, because we said about it before.
Oh, yeah, massively.
Connor says, Bazza, I think John and Joe Linton found each other at a fire brigade station. Judy says, lol, Chippers, when Eminem said 8 Mile, John whipped out his willy and said, mine's 9. Andrew says, would you give Steve Howie a crack if we got rid of Bruce? No.
Definitely not.
Why would you give
Steve Watson a crack?
He needs to manage in the Football League. And
he's got to have some sort of management. You know, you can't just throw him in for Newcastle.
Does he not mean Steve Watson? Has he got it mixed up?
No.
All right.
Chipper says, apparently John's mum is locked away in the basement with Joe Linton after last week.
Oh.
Andrew Walters, anyone apart from McLaren and Bruce would take as manager. Joe Linton makes John sweat buckets. Andrew says, Connor, serious now, if other options were available, would you guys give Howie a crack rather than a mercenary for money like Benitez? Listen, don't slag Benitez off on this channel. Barry will have you. He'll have you. Yeah.
For breakfast.
Archie says, this transfer window really worries me. 3 weeks until the new season kicks off and no transfer business. All we got is Steve Bruce with full of shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Jason says, Paul, do you need Dave doing an ice cream dance for you? It may help you cool down. Not in a million years. Listen, Jason, even if I was on fire, right, I would not want level 7 Dave to try and put me out with any sort of ice cream dance. Or listen, we don't know what's actually in his freezer. You know, he might be able to pull out Cadbury's, flake ice cream and knobbly bobblies and Jaffa cakes, whatever it was, but we don't know what else is in there. And that worries me because he'll put things in there that he doesn't know are in there because he had the wrong fucking glasses on. He didn't fucking see it. So, let's be careful here. Let's be careful. Chipper says, John was cry-wanking at Joe Linton losing the number 9 shirt.
Oh.
Dean says, is the takeover still happening? Peter?
I don't know.
Come on, honest opinion, Pete. Do you think it will go ahead eventually?
Yes, I think it will. I was a bit on the fence of it at first, but something is going back round. And
right, what's giving you that hope that it is going to go ahead?
I think it's just the way that the Premier League are brigging it. And it's going to be a point where they'll just cave in and says, there you go, have it.
Yep. Baz?
Similar reasons. They've came out and said that they've both agreed to put it on hold. The cat case is still ongoing. Until Staveley comes out and says they've walked away, I will believe they'll still be at the table.
Fair enough. John, try and keep it to about 2 minutes, man.
What happened? I think it's by the way. Yeah, I've got to join the guys as well. I think it's going to happen. It will happen because eventually it all's down. You said it yourself, Paul, down to the separation as well.
Yeah.
If it comes to the separation and it keeps it some public, we get the takeover. And I think I've still got hope for this takeover. I think it's going to happen because, like Petey just said, they're back into the corner. The Premier League are just laying all the time. That means they've got something to hide, as far as I'm concerned, and they know they're back in the corner. They're defeated, and I think it's going to come through. It's going to come home.
Fair enough. We've got about half an hour left of this show, guys. If you are enjoying it, as usual, if you wouldn't mind smashing the like button for me. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel and also subscribe to the other 3 channels as well. Peter's, Barry's, and John's. If you want literally content every hour, then John's the channel to go for. Without a shadow of a doubt. But obviously, with the season coming up, I'm sure we're going to do a lot of stuff.
I'm actually surprised John hasn't done a watch along of his date. To be fair.
Oh no, that would be interesting.
Oh.
Or no, I'm not going to go there. I'm not even going to know.
Strap a camera on his head. You know.
Oh no, I don't want to. I don't know.
It could be a start of a beautiful porn, couldn't it?
Yeah. And also, guys, if you are feeling generously like to donate to the channel, then you can hit the super chat button, which is the $ sign at the bottom of the live comments. And thank you to the couple of lads that have already done that tonight. Really, really do appreciate that. Chipper says, level 7 David will be gutted with his Joe Linton 9 shirt. He will. He'll have to burn it. He'll have to burn it. Judy says, the government have asked John to stop blocking the sun with his giant willy as the eclipse is confusing local druids. Jody says, Andros Townsend or Ryan Fraser, Pete?
So far, Townsend.
I actually agree. But then again, I hope that Ryan Fraser has a blinding season. I really do. I know we've all slagged him off last season. But what I'd like to see is a different Ryan Fraser maybe this season, who is fit, raring to go, and actually wants to play for us. Even if he's playing for a contract somewhere else next season, I don't care. If he does the job for us, then I'm certainly not going to complain at that, and I'll drop him a bit of praise. So I don't really care about that, as long as he does the job when he's in a black and white shirt. Billy says, had a party on Saturday and one bloke left over, was steaming drunk, kept falling over, couldn't stand up, so I put him in a cab and took him home. His wife said thanks, but where is his wheelchair? God almighty.
Billy, that's brilliant.
Oh, man.
Andrew says, apparently we're supposed to be after Ryan Fraser. You can take the Rangers all you want if you want. Archer says, I believe Steve Bruce has painted his little Johnny red, white and green, so he has an Italian wank. Archer, dear God. Geordie says, Fraser loves playing for the Scottish, so a move to Rangers would make sense because he hardly features here. That's not a bad shout, actually. Andrew says, bloody hell, Paul, calm down, man. No. Any silly comments, I do not calm down. I am very passionate, and you know that, Andrew. Judy says, I've never met someone out of my league. Oh, I've seen that one. Andrew says, would love Ryan Fraser here, to be honest. I think Stevie G would set him straight. He can't stand straight because he'll get injured. Geordie says, Rafa didn't want ASM at Newcastle, so what suddenly changed his mind? Nothing. Oh, God, Judy is aiming one at me here. Paul, you just said you have a box usually filled with chippers.
He's on about the penalty box.
Oh, yeah, it's me penalty box on a fan forum night, Judy. Normally, chippers it says something ridiculous on the show.
Oh, yeah, I think, what was it he said? About where you was wanted to sit on the ground and Chippers was like, do you know where I sit, Paul? In a seat. In a seat, yeah. So I've penalty benched him for that, for trying to be a clever twat. And Annie as well. Yeah, Annie went in there. Terrible for that. Happy Feet says, is John's T-shirt so bright that we can't see the stains from his pre-suck and dribble? Oh. Wow. Any of you going to the pre-season matches? Because I don't see the point if the players aren't playing for a win and see it as some sort of training exercise. I was thinking about going to Doncaster on Friday, and after watching that York City performance, I changed my mind. I'm not paying money to go down there just for Steve Bruce to come out with the same excuse. If we get turned over by Doncaster, you're guaranteed he will say the same as what he said against York City. I actually think if Doncaster turn us over, we should start getting seriously worried. Right? I know we're worried enough as it is, but if Doncaster win, hey, come on. Things are going seriously pear-shaped. Judy says, video gamers have confirmed John's knob is harder than Dark Souls. Oh. Wow.
Just a quick one. Are you going to come on and watch along on Friday, mate? If you're doing anything,
I might if I'm in the house, mate. I may be. Oh my God, Michael. Sorry, I've just been distracted there. We'll come on to that shortly. I might, John. I'm not sure what I'm doing at the weekend, mate, because
from Friday.
Yeah, I'm sort of trying to do loads of stuff with the kids over the holidays. So I'm off to Chester Zoo on Wednesday, though. Chester Zoo, I haven't been there for years.
Enjoy it.
By the way, can I just say, 100 quid? 100 quid for me and the 3 kids. Jesus. Honestly, I mean, I nearly died of shock, man. Billy says, will John have a watch along when he first makes the beast with 2 backs with his lady? Oh, dear. Those who buy tickets and merchandise aren't going to listen to some Mr. Negative on social media. I guess so. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, people will always have their opinions. Exactly. So, Michael Marsden has just donated £200, lads.
Wow.
Michael, thank you so much for that. That is absolutely incredible. Again, Michael did email me last week because, as you know, when he last donated, I said about maybe getting a sponsorship or something like that. Basically, Michael emailed me privately to tell me that he doesn't want any of that. He's basically he works from home. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he's a carer and full time. And watching this show in particular and a couple of others, he said that this channel has really kept him positive over the lockdown and keeps his positivity going when he watches the show. So, Michael, as usual, a massive, massive thank you to you for that. That is so generous of you. And thank you for taking the time to email me and explain your situation. And, like I say, I'll always keep in touch, Michael. So if you ever struggling, mate, you know where to turn. I'll always have your back as well. So just thank you very much indeed. And I'm glad that this show can help with your mental health. I'm sure the other guys will appreciate that as well. That's what we're here for. We're here to make people smile. We're here to make people laugh. It's all banter and a good laugh. And if it helps people's mental health, then all for the better, because that's what it's all about, making people feel good, just shutting away for 2 hours and having a good laugh, which is what we do as well. We present the show, but at the end of the day, we all have a good laugh on it as well, and it helps us get a distraction from all of our stresses as well. But Michael, a sincere, heartfelt thank you for that again. It's absolutely so wonderfully generous of you, and it does go to good use, I promise you that. So thank you so much again. Andrew said, would love to see Schick come to Premier League. His quality. I'm in two minds about Patrick Schick, guys. I watched him a lot when he played. He played at Leipzig, and I wasn't that impressed.
When I watched, I followed his career, and when he played in Italy, Sampdoria, he scored 12 goals in 32 games, and I thought he's going to do big things for the club. So when he went to Roma for £36 million. 5 goals in 30 games, but he had a lot of injuries at Roma and just off shift into Leipzig on the seasonal run, then them sort of things sold on to Bayern Leverkusen. So it's a shame, but I think Sheik was made his name of Sampdoria at Roma.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely came through. You're right, John. Yeah, I just watched him a lot when he played at Leipzig. Was it Leipzig? He was at Leipzig, wasn't he?
Leipzig on the seasonal
run. And I thought he was a bit slow, and I think, he's had a good tournament, but I think the reason is I thought he was a bit slow is, as you've just said there, John, he got some pretty horrendous injuries, which has probably knocked his pace down a little bit. But don't get us wrong, he's got a head for goal. There's no doubt about it. He knows where the goal is. Yeah. But I just think, the Premier League might be a bit too hustle and bustle for him. You know what I mean? If he hasn't got that pace in the Premier League, he kind of get lost out. But Geordie says, Toon for Change have tweeted the 15th of August at 12 p.m. at St James's Park as a day they are going to make their voices heard. Well, I think we'll all be there. Is that the West Ham game?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Everton TV, Rafa stated that he's after him, Paul, apparently for 40 million at ASM. Well, I'll be shocked if he goes to Everton, because I just don't think he's Rafa's player. But again, we'll see. John has more Italian contacts than Mario and Luigi. LD said, how did the protest go? I've been away for a while. It went well. From a point of view of Holly organising it and everything coming together when they were there, I think she's done a fantastic job. Neither the buyers or the Premier League were willing to provide all of the relevant information needed for the panel to make a decision, forcing the adjournment. Judy says, John has been asked to stop approaching community service gangs and calling them as prison bitches during litter picks. Oh, dear God. Guys, I'm rattling through some of the comments on the screen. I will put all the comments up on the screen. I do apologize if I don't read them out. There's just so many come through. I don't want to miss anybody's comment out on the screen, certainly, during the show. Judy says, Steve Bruce has said he can't scout for young new talent as his rapey appearance makes parents do Amber Alerts.
So true, though.
God.
Must have released a statement as well. I don't know if you are all members and got your email, but they're basically saying that they're not impressed with the adjournment and that we're going to be left behind and blah, blah, blah. Said they're going to fight forward, but I've not really seen too much fight from them, to be fair.
Yeah. Bazza, there are 2 bricks in the wall that are darker. We can see where the glory hole was. You're not fooling anyone. Just above your left shoulder, Baz.
Yeah. There they are.
Yeah.
2 bricks in the wall. What a tune, by the way.
Yes.
Another brick in the wall.
Yeah, that song actually used to scare me when I was a kid. I don't know why. Yeah. Still, never mind. Jason says,
you didn't need any satisfaction.
Oh, God almighty. See what you did there, but I'm knocking it out. Henri Savé, 8 appearances in 6 seasons. Mighty value for 6.6 million. Yeah. Come on, Dave, have faith, says Andrew. Lee said, the Lady Penelope comment was aimed towards you looking like something out of Thunderbirds with that shirt on. Nothing personal, Baz.
Lady. Oh, right, okay. I thought she was pink.
David, level 7, Dave says, Paul, I am getting married next year. Are you sure?
What, to your cornetto?
Oh! His knobbly bobblies are going to be best man. Yeah. Oh dear God! And he'll have the church lined with Jaffa cakes as they walk in. Oh, it's going to be so romantic. Oh, Dave, I'd just like to say, are you sure that you're actually with someone? Have you got the right glasses on? B, are you sure they're actually a woman? Because you could give Chippers advice on some online brides. I'm sure. And C,
how much Rehypnol did it take?
Oh God. Can we just state for the jury that was not my comment? The comment C, that was from Barry's mouth, not mine. I will not go to court for that one. Judy says, Joe said to John, what are you streaming? John said, my dew all over your face. Andrew says, congratulations, David. Listen, who knows if David's getting married? He's probably still at the top of level 7, man. Chipper says, Dave, to John Joe Shelby. It probably is. Johnny is still using. Oh, here it goes. Johnny is still using Durex Playfield Lubricants and Light Smooth Pleasure Gel to polish your head. It's lovely and shiny tonight. Again, copy and pasted from Tom. Dave says, congratulations, mate. Give our, will you? Let's stop congratulating him. Look, we need to find out if that's actually a real wedding or we're living in level 7 Dave's crazy world of things going on.
Just got a tweet, right, very, very quickly. Right? It's nothing but a journalist or anything like that.
So you've been on your phone again, John?
No.
Penalty box.
One of them said, it's both sides' fault this time. Get your blinkers off. What an absolute muppet. And we're not allowed to have an opinion anymore.
Yes, you're allowed to have an opinion, John, but you're not allowed to be on your phone during the show. We've said this many times, so I'll see you shortly. So that's Sinclair gone for 5 minutes because I really can't put up with him not paying attention to this show and sitting on his phone. So, John, while you're in the penalty box for 5 minutes, mate, get all your tweets out so it's out your system. I love him really, but I think now he'll actually spend this next 5 minutes actually doing his tweets. To be fair, I'll bring him back. Hello, John. Billy says, congratulations, David. Make sure you get plenty of photos. He's answered saying no chippers. He's not marrying John Joe Shelby. I'd like to see a midfield of both Longstaffs and Willock. I don't think we'll see that. I'm the same. I'm double jabbed. Good stuff. What's the point in wearing masks when Bojo and Co do whatever they wish?
Yep, true.
Toon double jabbed army. Archer says 3 dates. Wow, 4th date will be a hot and steamy hot tub with Joe Linton.
That's just everyday life.
Yeah, John and his lass will be in the hot tub and Joe Linton will just be the naked butler, won't he?
Yeah.
And then he'd get told to sod off back to his dungeon. Andrew says, I've only recently got over COVID. It's no joke, but it's been a mess how the UK handled this. Jason says, I would save the mask. You might need it to cover your eyes while you watch NUFC. That's a good point, actually. Beat says, Joe Linton hoping John's date goes terribly wrong while sticking pins in a voodoo doll.
Oh, man.
In the York game yesterday, Newcastle actually spelled Muto's first name incorrectly. Yeah, I did pick up on that. LD says, don't you realise that you still can get COVID and spread it after double vaccinated? Yes, we do. But what's the point of getting vaccinated? They're telling everybody to get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. It's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Thank you very much. Andrew says best Italian striker. I'm not. We're not talking Italian. No, we're not doing that. Have you seen the state of Neymar's new look? I haven't actually.
Roberto Baggio.
No, Barry, we're not even going there. We're not going there. Has anybody seen the new look for Neymar? No,
but I think he's taking the piss because that's what was tweeted out that's what Sky Sports were covering at the time that we were doing the protest.
Right, okay. Have you seen the Trust to put a statement out? Yes, Baz just mentioned that before. Yeah. Great show tonight, a really good laugh. Thanks very much, Keith. How come Jade ain't here anymore? She's concentrating on her health and obviously her health and her job, and they obviously come first. But there's no hard feelings with Jade. She's been fantastic since she came on here, and we're still good mates and always will be. So I just wish her the best of luck and best of health, to be honest. Bede says, when John tells Joe Linton to warm up, he does a striptease while crawling to the prize, which is John's nutsack. Billy said Scalacci only did it for 3 weeks in 1990. Andrew Rossi was lethal but not the best footballer. Vialli and Signori better than Scalacci. Yeah, Scalacci didn't last that long, but we're not talking about Italy anymore. We're not talking about Italy. Peter looks like John Cena.
Oh, God.
I can't. Really? You can't see me.
People on the hype because there's people were getting hyped up about him because he made an appearance on the Money in the Bank. But yeah, that's all. Same here.
Juliet's on Twitter. I've not fully read it. Leicester have shown what good owners are capable of doing. So surely Staveley and Rubens would have enough to run the club without Piff, if Piff aren't able to run our club. That's what you meant. Yeah, that's what you said before, Baz. Taylor says, Paul, if Chippers gets a girlfriend, and he put "if" in capital letters, and keeps her for at least 6 months, you have to get Chipper's name tattooed on you. Listen, right.
So I'm Paul. I'm all for that.
Yeah, I thought you would be. Listen, the bottom line is there is going to be some unfortunate woman somewhere in the world, right, at this stage, doesn't know it yet, but they are going to have the unhappy misery of spending their life with Chippers. So there is going to be one woman out there, or it could be a Thailand ladyboy, which it probably well will be, who spends more than 6 months with him. So that is going to happen without a doubt. So I'm not signing up to that one. I'm sorry. Chipper says, John, is your mum in the basement with Joe Linton after interrupting you last week?
I'm sure we've seen that already.
Yeah. Derek says, John Date will fart and blow out the window when he gives it a love bite.
Thanks, Derek.
Four Horsemen of the Toon sounds like a dirty show. We've got the 4 men, but where are the horses?
Wow.
Hey, listen, apparently, I've heard on the grapevine that John's nickname is Horse. Think of it what you will.
We're seeing the shadow.
Yeah, the shadow, yeah. And he's certainly not going to sit on the couch again because that big black schlong that was behind him the other week. We saw it. Take care, Andrew. See you soon, matey. John, you know you were not meant to wear your green screen. Imagine if we wake up tomorrow morning and Bruce signs a new 8-year deal. I'll tell you what now, if Bruce signs an 8-year deal in the morning, that's me done.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, I'll be done.
It'd be an empty stadium, Paul. It'd be an empty stadium.
Yeah, without a doubt. Derek says, has John got condoms and puncture repair outfit for his date night?
Oh, God.
Andrew says, take care, everyone. And remember, John, if you tap that ass, you got to tell us. No singing, please. I'm delicate, says Jules. We won't sing. Billy says, I'm sure I saw some German family floating down the street on John's green screen.
That is harsh. Oh, Billy.
Harsh. Very.
Billy.
Jesus Christ.
On a serious note, I hope everyone's okay. Because, I mean, it's in a few countries as well, isn't it? It's not just Germany. It's terrible.
Oh, God.
Paul, you picked the wrong colour for your bottle, mate.
I know. It's See, that's how a green screen works, John. You see, I've got a green bottle, but you can see right through it. Look. You can only see me juice. It's like the invisible bottle.
Exactly. We'll work on that.
Oh, God. Sorry, Billy knocked me for 6 with that one. That's close to the bone, that like. John, has your last watched previous shows about you getting pegged off Big Joe?
No, she doesn't use YouTube. She doesn't use to. She to be
fuck
fair,
for that,
I
you've got a
told her
chance.
on the YouTube channel, but she hasn't even watched it yet. But
Yeah, she's going to, when she gets introduced to us, don't you worry. Elsie, get off.
I
The dog's scratching me table and it's wobbling all over the place. Steve Bruce says, I feel sorry for John's neighbours. Apparently sometime this week the Pope will be popping by. Jordy says Steve Watson would do a decent job at Newcastle.
Yes.
Joel says John widened Joe Linton so hard that he had to move on.
Oh,
Do you think Callum Wilson deserves the number 9 shirt? 100%.
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely. If there's a he is a number 9. He plays as a number 9. That's who he is. He's got a really big chance to become an absolute legend at Newcastle United. Mark says Bielsa not signed a new contract at Leeds yet. Would you guys take him?
I'd love
Massively,
him.
but
Yeah,
it's never
he
going to
won't.
happen, is it?
No.
Paul, your bottle is see-through from your green screen. I know that's the joke. That's why I got the bottle so it looks invisible. Thank you. It's already been pointed out by Eagle-Eyed Barry. Jules says we need another striker, but I haven't seen one even linked. I don't know why we just don't go for a Origi. Honestly, like, why?
I would have a Riki.
I'll take a Rugi.
Judy says Max Verstappen has confessed he was actually in hospital to have his backside repaired after a John bumming. John said, I wanted to practice my pole position. Jesus, Judy. John will be using a GoPro on his date, but he might scare all the viewers away. Andy says, a beautiful porn, Barry. You're not watching the right stuff if you think it's beautiful. If there's no blood, it's not the proper stuff. God, Andy, I really don't want to know what you watch. Are all the preseason games free to watch?
No.
No, I don't think there
No,
will
I
be.
don't think there will be as well.
If the
Just
live
did
streams
that,
aren't
just
free, then the
actually-
club should be paying us to watch the matches. That's a good point.
If there's no away fans, I think there will be.
Well, there will be. There is away fans now. Doncaster, there definitely is.
Won't be free then, will there? The ones.
They reckon there's going to be about 3,500 Newcastle fans down there.
Well.
We'll see. We'll see. Judy says Joe's bottom was so filled with splooge. When it dried, it resembled the nest from Aliens. The club won't comment, but an insider said Miggy was asked to go in with the flamethrower.
That is terrible.
And there's confirmation of Michael's fantastic payment super chat. Thank you, Michael. Again,
Michael.
he doesn't comment. He's just such a nice down to earth bloke. He doesn't want any fuss. Basically, he's just that kind of guy. So thank you again, Michael. You are an absolute star, and I appreciate every single time, mate. And it does really, really go to good use. So thank you, everybody. Just saying, Michael.
Big up to Michael.
Judy says, is Paul your type it on the stuff side? No. He's just
This is how we get around tax and all that sort of stuff, isn't it? For you, for a bit of fun time, Paul.
Yeah, whatever, Barry. Holy poop on a stick, epic, mate. Yes, he is an absolute brilliant guy, and dead down to earth, and he's just such a lovely guy. To do that to a YouTube channel is just fantastic, and it's his way of saying thank you for helping him with his mental health, etc. And he's just, well, what can you say really, apart from an utterly generous guy. Chesley Street is always a fucking zoo. Yeah, not that guy. I'm not going there, Lee. Don't worry, I'm not going there. It was Lee, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah,
Dave says, well, Michael, that's awesome. Certainly is. Judy says, John Misses asked why he's drinking vodka. He replied, because after this date, I'm going to lay more pipe than a Russian oil tycoon.
Oh.
Rich Sports says, a great stream. Cheers, matey. Thank you very much. Connor says, Pete should take Matt Ritchie and Javi Manquillo on a stakeout and make them bond before the season and then say to Joe Linton to score 7 goals.
He hasn't scored double figures, hasn't he? In all the clubs he's been at.
Nah.
Would take friggin' 7 from him at the moment.
Nah, we would, yeah. Definitely. Lisa's Paul, Toon Review Monday Night Show in particular has helped myself get back on track so I understand where people are coming from. Thanks, Lee. I really appreciate that comment, mate. It makes me feel good, and I'm sure it makes the guys feel good knowing that this show does so much good for people. So we'll go on as long as we want it, and it's a good laugh for us as well. And Barry, you said when you first started on YouTube, getting going and then coming on this channel before starting your own has really helped you with your mental health. So it does a lot for people, doesn't it?
It definitely does. I mean, I wouldn't have dreamed about being in front of a camera and doing stuff like this. So it does help, not just for mental health, just confidence-wise, anxiety, which is mental health, I suppose, in a way. But yeah.
Have you released the new Channel 69 news yet?
Yesterday.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. I just skipped to the weather.
They are looking very tasty tonight.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No.
Chippers will be with the tissues.
Oh God Almighty! Don't tell Chippers. Honestly, God Almighty, he'll be away. Oh, he'll be off. He'll not be watching now. He'll be watching yours. He'll be straight in there. Steve Bruce has told NUFC have a budget of 10 million this summer, likely to be spent on one player plus at least 2 loan deals. Yeah, we've seen that. Always risky signing a player based on a few games in an international tournament. Yeah, I don't think it happens as much as it used to, though. Obviously, does it? But it did. Honest man, Monday nights are the best. We'll take something to trump this. Cheers, Chippers. Schick is a different player from what I've seen of him at the Euros, but the international stage is a lot different from club level, especially the Premier League. Julie says, John sneaking another Italian reference in with Sampdoria. Of course he does. What do you expect from a man that's got Italian blood running through him? John takes some stick. Well, he does when he comes out with I support England, and then all of a sudden his next 25 streams are all about how wonderful Italy is. Honestly, I think John, you did a best team from the Euros, didn't you? And there was about 10 Italian players in that out of the 11.
I think it's 5 on me. That so I think it's Donnarumma, Angelini, Bonucci, Chiesa.
Yeah, I'm sick of hearing about Italy. Keith says, Judy, you were on top form. She is.
She? Whoa, this is a revelation. Why does that happen?
What's the matter, Buzz? Nothing's happened. You look fine.
You gotta be kidding. Siri's just decided to turn itself on again. Right at the end of the show.
Maybe it's just your dulcet tones, Barry, just turning her on.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? Julie says, lol, those glory holes are one thing, but look at the smeared white across the brick. That's not mortar, Buzzer.
I've got a black light on so you can all see it.
I know, but this is the type of thing only Judy would notice, isn't it?
Definitely.
Scarf as a towel? What?
Why do you think it's crusted to the wall? There's a special way to do that.
Yeah. So Gareth Southgate is with us. The Ice Cream Men will be playing their tunes as Level 7 Dave walks down the aisle.
That's brilliant.
Southgate again says, Level 7 Dave, you do realise that Steve Bruce isn't Mrs. Doubtfire? And then Level 7 Dave says, yes, she woman definitely get married.
What's her name, though, David?
He doesn't help himself at times, does he?
Oh, no, he doesn't. John is like that naughty school kid who plays on his phone during lessons. He is.
Yes.
Mr. Sinclair, get off your phone, says Gareth Southgate. Congrats, Chippers and Big Dave. Steve Bruce is taking us down, he certainly is. It's not me, as I didn't fucking see it. Oh, God. John is on his phone sexting Joe Linton. Jason says, congrats, Level 7 Dave. Happy for you, mate. Victoria Sponge is a lucky lady. Brilliant. Oh my God, that's superb. That is superb. Happy feet says, John, why is your bottle juice red? Is it from Joe Linton's last period?
Oh
God. Jason says, only joking, well done, mate. No, you never ever say that. Never apologise. And we're not trolls, we're not talking Italians. What are the latest offers at Iceland this week, Paul?
God.
Sausage rolls a pound. Free custard slice with the pound. There you go. Billy says John Cena is apparently Davey Wonder's favourite wrestler. Jason says, who's looking forward to John's Christmas live stream where we'll be performing the Nutcracker on Joe Linton? Oh, my God. Right, we'll rattle through these last few comments, guys, before we end. Troll says, John and Joe Linton was out walking naked when Joe Linton took his hand under the balls of John and said, carry your bag, sir. Oh, get Mrs. Sinclair on the stream. Great show as always. Take care and have fun. Thanks, Jules. Thank you very much, mate. And thank you for the super chat. Gareth Southgate says Toon are going down and it's the Premier League's fault. See ya and take care, gang. Have fun. Graham Jones is the man to keep us up. Mm-hmm. Well, let's hope so. John, when you go to bed, do you ever wake up with a wet dream? Why was it? Why? Tom, why?
Wake up after a wet dream is what you should have said.
Yeah, Tom, I just have to. Why? I can't think of anything else to say to that question. Gareth Southgate wants to know what I'm hiding in the bottle. It's apple and blackcurrant juice, mate. Nothing special.
It's not hiding it. He's hiding the bottle.
I'm hiding the bottle, exactly, not the contents. I've just skipped over a Judy comment. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Serious. Right, the contents of your bottle look like the T1000 sperm sample, Paul. Paul's shirt makes him look like a licorice all sorts. Okay. Keith says, Poor John does take some flack. Listen, he's taking some flack tonight because of his crazy comments, right, which he always does. But he's been let off the last few weeks. We've all taken hammer the last few weeks. Junior, good evening, matey. He maybe came to Rome, but at World Cup 2022 is going to Rome. Okay.
They're going to do the
warning, make sure your date doesn't watch these shows, John. Otherwise, it will be bye-bye to her, John.
Yeah, probably right.
Poor old Johnny boy takes some shit on these shows, mind. Hey, he's man enough to take it. What are you growling at?
If you get hit on the chin, take it. Take it on the chin. I
can't believe he's just said that. I can't believe he just said that. And you wonder why he takes so much stick on this show and he comes out with a comment like that. Come on. Dear God. Do you think Newcastle should be looking at signing some loan players by now with the season just... Any players, never mind loan. Mm-hmm. Your bottle was an invisibility bottle, Paul, like Harry Potter's invisible cloak. I'm glad he said cloak. Donny Rovers have away supporters on Friday. Yes, they do. Well done, Michael. Thank you. Does the money go towards a Chinese takeaway? No, it bloody doesn't. Chester Park near the cricket ground is a zoo.
It goes to.
I'm sorry, what?
That's what the money goes towards, the zoo.
The zoo. My kid, no.
You've just been complaining about taking the kids £100 and then boom, there's your payment.
Yeah, I know. Michael's just a star. Billy says, on the Macam sign a child violinist virtuoso, seen them linked with another kiddie fiddler? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Griffiths, it's Celtic, isn't it? Newcastle United will never be defeated, says Gareth Southgate. Is John waving to Joe Linton in his gimp mask and number 7 shirt? Julie says, cheers, chaps. Great show. Thanks, Julie. Take care. Keep safe. What's the weather this week? It's very, very hot. Yes. That's why I want to watch the weather on Barry's channel.
Go and check out my show and she'll tell you.
Yeah. Is she dressed like it's hot, Buzz?
Yes.
Okay. Steve Bruce will use that 10 million to get himself a buffet. Dale says, oi, lads, Paul, hope you're all right. Yeah, I
Paul,
will.
do you want to borrow
No, I don't need to borrow. Brit definitely looks resplendent, says Billy. Almost as much as the sexy golf correspondent. Nancy, get off. Bloody dog's trying to hump the table, man. Papa Linton is what John calls Joe Linton. Jason says, always a pleasure watching you guys. It gives me a confidence boost, and making a couple of appearances on John's channel has helped me out. Listen, anyone can make an appearance on John's channel. He's open to anybody, but I meant that in the nicest possible way. You know, that he does give people the opportunity to come on and, if you're a big camera shy, get on John's channel, and he sets you on your way, shall we say. Judy says, Joe said, John, you've made my hemorrhoids red and swollen. They look like Henry Hoover. John said, well, you'd best suck whilst I empty your bag. Oh dear. Right, last few comments. Big respect to this channel. All you great. You're all great. Love it. I'm drunk, says Dale. Black and White Army. Dave says this has cheered me up tonight after the crap news earlier. Cheers, lads. That's what we are here to do. What was John waving to earlier? I don't know. He's got somebody tied up in his living room tonight. Level 7 Dave said she's called Kelly. Kelly Bruce is Steve Bruce's Saturday night name. Chipper says, John, do you have Joe Linton egg whites for breakfast? John, you would be brilliant on Naked of Attraction.
Oh, God.
John on Naked Attraction. Holy cow. Who is your favourite Newcastle player of all time?
Shearer.
Peter Beardsley.
Shea Given for me. And Shearer for Baz. Michael Pace for Paul and his kids. Massive days as you. Very funny.
Peter Shearer and Beardsley. Come on, mate.
Jason says, since appearing on John's channel, I feel more Italian. Tangy says, thank you guys for a great stream. You're very, very welcome. That is the end of the Horsemen show for another week. Thank you very much to everybody that's contributed to the show with all your jokes and your comments and everything like that. It has been another fantastic show, really full of laughs and everything like that. Thank you to everybody who put a super chat in as well, especially you, Michael. Really, really sincerely thank you very much for that. Peter, anything coming up on your channel?
It might be on news, but just to let you know, for the Four Horsemen next week I'll be from my caravan this time. So
Peter, I thought you were going to give me that for a few days during the holidays, so I can get my kids out. We'll talk. Money talks. Baz, what about yourself?
Tomorrow, the big debate between Ronaldo and Messi.
Yes.
We used to.
Oh, yes.
The Messi-Ronaldo debate.
Looking forward to that. And I'll be missing next Monday, unfortunately, because I'm on night shift.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Honestly, if you're not in your bloody sick bed, you're on night shift. You need to find a job that just does days, Baz. Just days.
That'd be nice.
John, I mean, here we go. I always give...
There we go.
You got 10 minutes, John.
Not 10, more like 10 seconds.
What you got coming up on your channel this week?
Well, hopefully going to do a bit of Newcastle chat. I'm going to see if I can get going tomorrow, Wednesday, talk about the new season and talk about how we're going to go and where we're going to end up, etc. So if I can get a Newcastle fan to come on tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll post it out there and then we'll talk about it. And I'll show you talk about two other things as well.
And your date. Don't forget your date.
And a live watch along on Friday.
Yeah, we will want to know how your date goes, though. We will want to know how your date goes on the show next week. I know Basil won't be there, but he'll watch the rerun, so we all want to know. Judy will get the last say tonight, guys. And on that bombshell, night. Love you all lots. Stay positive. Well done, Bazza, on the ban. Hope the zoo goes well, Paul. Pete, there's 5 shirts on your screen and not one with a sleeve. And Tom says get Daz on next week. Well, if I get Daz on, he's going to take some hammer after the Love Island shit he's given me, put it that way. Wow. He will take some serious hammer. But that's it from the Four Horsemen tonight, guys. Stay safe out there. Have a great week. Whatever you're doing, keep an eye on this channel. I will be doing a couple of recorded videos at some point as well, talking about the takeover, transfers, the friendly games and things like that. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been the Four Horsemen, and we'll see you next Monday. Take care, everybody.
You too.
Incredible.